Hello everyone, hope you're having a wonderful weekend. My name is 99er, and this is Totally Rad. So, normally how this game starts is set the timer as we gain control of Jake, but for simplicity, I'll just count down to 5 and we'll start. 1, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. The neat thing about this game is I kind of compare this game to Mega Man in a sense, because a lot of the moves are sort of similar, but you're given all your abilities all at the beginning, rather. So, but you're given a mana bar, which is basically shared throughout the rest of the stage. In certain acts, it will replenish that in your health, but you'll see in certain acts that it's basically 1 bar for the remainder of the stage. This one's kind of nice because once you get past this area, you'll get a mid-boss, and then it'll fill your bar up again. Now the first ability I'm gonna use is what I like to call the Valkyrie ability, or the bird ability. Basically you could fly over this stage, but the second enemy of this game is lag. There's a lot of lag in this game. So we try to mitigate that by destroying enemies, avoiding spawning things, unlike what I'm doing right now. So this is the first mid-boss. We want to get rid of the barrel. Actually, that was a good fight. Nice and fast. Okay. But you're going to see here, this is where lag plays a big part. I'm going to destroy these propellers, because it's going to slow down the game quite a bit, rather. Also, something I just learned about this game, if I hit things mid-hitbox, like mid-iframes, the weapon will go through him, and you can only have 2 shots out at a time. So it kind of slows down the means of getting rid of things that way, so we're going to try to avoid getting shot here, because I'd like to have full health for this upcoming boss. It's a bit of a tough one. It's probably the biggest reset point for me is this boss coming up. Just because I don't have a definite means to, like a certain strategy of taking care of him fast, so. You'll see in the later maps that there's, most of the enemies are pretty straightforward, but this one's a little complicated, so. You can kind of clip through the ceiling there, you don't really want to do that. These clowns will actually follow you through the rest of this stage, but it's a good thing they don't because they slow down the game as well. I'm going to actually switch back to Jake at the last balloon. We have all of our health, so that's great. I don't have to use the stop timer ability, because I need about 4 health for this fight. Because I want to land about 3 shots on this enemy while taking intentional damage. So we slow him down like that. And doing that, because he has 4 paths, that was a good fight. The last path, he will go right through you, so you want to avoid that. Okay, so we're going to actually switch to the stopwatch now. We're going to use that on the next mid-boss. It's funny because there's 2 versions of this game. There's the Japanese version, which has a different story, different sprite set, and different behavior for the enemies. This guy will actually just stay in position. Will stay in position in the Japanese one. In this one he jumps around a lot, so... Oop, didn't mean to switch that early. That's fine though. We're probably gonna heal after this boss. I kinda made a mistake there. The hitbox on this guy is really janky, so you gotta keep your distance from him. So once I get out here, I'm gonna heal. I gotta switch to Jake to heal. Jake is the only one that can really do the magic abilities. When you're in different forms, you don't have a means of doing that. This cat form allows you to actually jump and be invincible while jumping. So I just go through that B like that. It's you'll see later on in the game I abuse this ability quite a bit. And in certain cases I can do frame perfect jumps. So when I land on platforms or enemies, I can just jump right through them as I'm landing. So I'm kind of low on health still, so I'm gonna avoid taking any intentional damage. We're gonna get the Valkyrie ability out for the next boss, because he has 2 forms, and one I need the means of flight. That was a close shot. You'll also notice later in the game, these enemies will take more hits to die, so. All in all, that was a good stage. So, for this boss, I gotta sweep his legs, so 12 hits, and I will jump. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'll jump out of the way, jump through him, switch to Valkyrie, and we'll just pummel him. And I can take intentional damage now because I'm actually in a good spot. There we go. So I'm going to get the fish ability set up for the next screen. We'll just keep as the Valkyrie for this part. When you're in flight or jumping as the fish or the Valkyrie or bird, you actually fire a lot faster. Your shots are really delayed when you're on the ground. And we're gonna stay on the top platform for this, but we use the fish ability so if we do fall in, we can just swim back out. Otherwise, you're stranded at the bottom, like so. So we'll have another mid-boss, and then we'll have one more stage before, or one more screen transition before the next boss. So this mid-boss has 2 patterns. It either will follow this track, which I'd rather he do the other path, which is he stays in position and fires. And we're going to switch to the cat ability for the next stage. So one thing to note, when you fall in this game, you actually lose control of movement, unless you're the bird form. Because you can just fly out of it at that point. So in certain areas you do want to jump, but to save time I actually fall in certain spots too. These bees do a lot of damage, so you want to avoid running into them. And that was actually a frame perfect jump there. We got through that one enemy. And here is the easiest boss in the stage. You just stand behind him and hit him as he comes down. This is his worst pattern. Oh, actually, no, it isn't. Okay, never mind. He has 2 patterns. Essentially, he goes up twice and then drops, or he'll kind of bobble around for a bit. This act I like to call the obstacle course, because you're basically jumping through everything. Avoiding damage. I want to keep as much health as possible, because I'm going to take some intentional damage running into spikes later on in this part. Alright, we're looking pretty good, so... I'm gonna switch to Jake, gonna get 2 shots into that wall, and I also did another frame perfect jump, perfect. Now we're gonna try for what's called a boulder skip, which we did miss unfortunately. To do that, you have to land and get hit at the same time, and it avoids that flinch animation, so you just basically walk through the boulder. So this enemy just takes 5 of these magic spells. You have 4 different elemental magic. This one is the fastest one to pull off, and all of them do the same amount of damage to this enemy, so... And we're gonna switch to Cat for the next screen. Now this is probably the laggiest screen in the game. So what I'm trying to do is just mitigate a lot of lag by getting rid of a lot of those mines and getting these boulders out of the way. Okay. So far so good. I'm gonna switch to bird, fly through the rest. I'm actually working on a means of making this a bit quicker by using the cat down in the water area, but it's not definite right now, so this is a more marathon safe approach. Well, this enemy, you just shoot him in the head. You wait till in the third last, when he has about 3 health left, he'll start to descend, and then we'll just follow him down. That was perfect. And we're on the last act. We're gonna switch back to Cat, and we're gonna go through a few more obstacles. What I did there was I stopped, waited for him that, I just call them Mets because that's what they look like, the Mets from Mega Man. I waited till he shot his weapon, so I could despawn one of the pogo guys, because there's actually 2 pogo guys there, and the second one gets in your way, so... I'm gonna make sure not to spawn in the next, that guy there, because I jump over him to keep the pattern going. That was pretty good. Switch to bird once we get to the missile silo. So we gotta take some intentional damage. And we're probably gonna get shot here. Yep. I'm gonna switch back to Cat once we get to the mid-boss. This mid-boss is pretty easy. He just stands in one spot and his eyeball goes back and forth. You're just gonna hit him and jump once the eyeball gets close to you. If you destroy the eyeball, he actually has a second pattern, and it's kind of crazy. You don't want to destroy that eyeball. I'm gonna switch to Jake when we come up to the last mid-boss in the game. We're gonna use the time stopper ability to just freeze him in position, and we're just gonna pummel him with our cannon. I'm gonna try to get a couple hits in with the cat first, because it does more damage. I'm actually gonna heal up before this fight. So this is the final boss, Edigi. Time's gonna come when I walk off the screen and the screen goes blank. There we go. And it's gonna be time. And now. And that's totally rad. So I'd like to thank GG Speedruns for having me at this event. I really appreciate it. And I know Vin very well. I met him during a Speedrun event for Mega Man 2. He's a really good guy, and it's really unfortunate what's going on, so I appreciate all the support from him as well. Thank you everyone, and have a good evening.